Thank you for joining us for this look at some of the best stories from KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. 1 year ago, historic floods devastated parts of San Diego. We check in with people who were impacted to see how they are recovering and what neighborhoods look like today. Plus, San Diego State is building much-needed student housing with green benefits. How the new construction will also help the university lower its carbon footprint. And laughter as a form of protest, what comedians here in San Diego are doing to raise awareness about issues that they care about as President Trump's second term begins. Red flag warnings ended Friday morning after stretching on for most of the week. We saw several fires break out over the past few days. The largest is the Border Fire. Cameras operated by UC San Diego captured the fire as it started Thursday afternoon in a remote area of the Otay Mountain Wilderness. It's part of a network that stretches across the state called Alert California. KPBS Sci-Tech reporter Thomas Fudge has more on how the technology spots fires before they're seen by us.
Alert California doesn't put out any fires, and it's not supposed to, but its cameras are at work 24/7 searching the landscape for signs of smoke so firefighters can stop a wildfire before it really gets started.
We try to confirm, identify fires in the incipient phase. Once they get a hold in windy conditions like this, our network provided enhanced situational awareness so that they could see what roads they could get out. They could see the progression of the fire.
That network Neil Driscoll is talking about can be seen with a quick look at alertcalifornia.org. The Southern California end of it shows the cameras that have been trained on the conflagrations like the Eaton Fire and the Palisades Fire in L.A. County and the Lilac Fire in San Diego that ignited overnight this week. At night, Driscoll says the cameras focus on the fire, but in daylight, when heat and low humidity make fires more combustible, they look for the smoke.
This gives you enhanced situational awareness of what the fire is doing. Look, it's laid over.
We're looking at the Hughes Fire north of L.A. When fire smoke is laid over, that means the fire is being fueled by strong, dry winds. Alert California is an AI system that has learned what the angle and behavior of smoke means to the fire's progression and how authorities should respond.
How's the smoke bent over? Do I send 2 battalions? Do I send 3? So the dispatcher is able to use these data. And the density of the cameras is now such that our view sheds are getting closer to covering regions of complex topography.
The alert system often beats 911 calls. CAL FIRE gives the example of a remote San Diego County fire flagged by the alert system that firefighters put out before authorities got even one 911 call about it.
So it's nighttime. You can see the near infrared sunrise.
Driscoll shows the view of a camera atop Palomar Mountain pointed west.
Now get ready because you're going to see something that I've never seen before. Okay. Look at that. Oh, did you see that?
Yep.
You saw the change from onshore right there. Okay, watch this to offshore.
He says global warming is changing everything, overrunning the old models of firefighting. He says Alert California is one way to stay on top of that changing reality. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.
1 year ago this week, a powerful storm hit San Diego and caused catastrophic flooding in the neighborhood surrounding Chollas Creek. More than 1,200 people were displaced, and many were low income, and some lacked flood insurance. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen checked in on how the creek and the surrounding homes look today.
So this room's my room.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I shared it with my cousin. So this would be like my side of the bed, and then he would get that side.
Ashley Manzano walks me through her grandmother's home on Beta Street in Southcrest, where she was living the day the floods came 1 year ago. The house has been stripped down to the studs.
The home itself was just a safe haven for, me and my family. So everyone was welcomed here. It is my grandmother's house. So if anybody needed a place to stay, we would, just come.
January 22nd last year is seared into Manzano's memory. The rains came fast and heavy. When the water started coming up through the floorboards, she knew she had to leave. But the streets were impassable, so she fled to the neighbor's roof with her grandma, who's now 90 and has early-stage dementia.
You know, as I'm speaking to you, I'm kind of blocking some out, so my PTSD doesn't really take control over it, my mental state, you know. I do work with a therapist over the flood as well, so I can only speak so much details before, you know, it plays a more of a role, or it takes more of a toll in my head.
The family's financial and health struggles have made for a slow recovery. They're grateful for the volunteers who have pitched in to get the house this far, but the family needs another $189,000 to fully restore it. They filed a claim against the city of San Diego for failing to maintain the storm drains, but it will likely be years before their case gets resolved.
It flooded so quickly for a variety of reasons. One is that it has an outdated and inadequate storm drain system.
Leslie Reynolds is executive director of Groundwork San Diego, a nonprofit that advocates for better stormwater infrastructure. We meet a block away from Manzano's house on the banks of Choi's Creek.
And then it happened because the channel was constricted by overgrowth of vegetation and did not allow for the water to flow through.
Today, this section of the creek is mostly clear, but there's a lot more work the city has to do to prevent another flooding catastrophe. The Choi's Creek watershed is 25 square miles, stretching all the way to Lemon Grove. Reynolds says the city of San Diego is planning to upgrade the storm drains here, which she says is critical and long overdue. It's also planning a number of bioswales, depressions in the ground that can fill up with rainwater and relieve some of the pressure on the larger storm drain system.
So we're very excited about turning this whole area into a sort of pilot project for nature-based water management and multiple benefits. If you're going to work on flooding in a community, you're going to have to work on heat and air and green spaces and all the things these residents are going to need as the climate worsens.
Planning infrastructure improvements is one thing, but convincing voters to pay for them in the form of higher taxes is far from guaranteed.
The city is $1.5 billion short of stormwater infrastructure funding, and we're very hopeful that we'll get a ballot initiative in 2026. Our residents even supported a sales tax increase very generously, unlike some other communities in the city, to try to build infrastructure for these kinds of assets. So I'm very hopeful we'll get a ballot initiative to make up that gap.
Ashley Manzano's home on Beta Street was once a source of stability throughout her family's struggles. Without it, an uncle who was living in the home is now on the streets. She and her grandmother are still couch surfing.
And what stresses me out is a little more, it's just, I kind of feel like we've been forgotten. I know we have the LA fires occurring, and I'm grateful that a lot of people have helped them. But I hope they don't forget about us, you know, because we kind of were a little bit forgotten even when the flood occurred. So I just hope people like help us, because we still need a lot of help as well. I mean, as you can see, my home, it still needs a lot of work.
Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
KPBS Midday Edition has more on the one-year anniversary of the historic floods. You can hear Wednesday's episode on kpbs.org or wherever you listen to podcasts. President Donald Trump signed over 20 executive orders on his first day in office, many of them sweeping changes to immigration policy. The order with the most immediate impact, shutting down the CBP-1 program for asylum in the United States. KPBS reporter Gustavo Solis spoke with migrants who had traveled to Tijuana with high hopes, only to see them dashed.
These people followed the rules. They used the CBP-1 mobile app to schedule an appointment to enter the United States legally. One of them is Eileen, a Venezuelan asylum seeker who told KPBS on Tuesday that she sacrificed everything to be here.
Aquí hay mucha gente que hizo mucho sacrificio, vendió sus casas, sus cosas y quedaron en la nada.
Eileen says that Trump's decision to abruptly cancel all CBP-1 appointments makes her feel like she's being punished for somebody else's crime.
Es que ese es el punto que quiero darle a entender, o sea, hay mucha gente que pasó ilegalmente y están allá adentro ilegalmente, quizás haciendo su desmadre, y por eso es que él está así con uno, pero es que por uno no podemos pagar todo.
Shakira Chaparro is another Venezuelan asylum seeker. She is traveling with her 7-year-old daughter and hopes of reuniting her with her husband in California.
Creo que los que son padres me entenderán y sabrán que uno trata como de darle a sus hijos un mejor futuro.
Now, she has to tell her daughter that she may never see her father again. The mere thought of having that conversation brings tears to her eyes.
Triste porque él tenía la ilusión de poder estar con su hija y nada, poder darle un mejor futuro.
Neither Alia or Chaparro know where they will sleep tonight. They spent all their money in Tijuana and are now stranded there. Other migrants in a nearby shelter spent the day trying to figure out their next moves.
No podemos regresar porque corremos peligro allá.
A woman that KPBS is identifying as Rosa doesn't know where she'll go next. But she knows going home is not an option. Local gangs there already killed her son-in-law and have threatened to kill her entire family if they ever return to their home in central Mexico. Jose Maria Garcia Lara runs the migrant shelter. He believes that terminating the CBP-1 program without putting anything else in place will have unintended consequences.
De querer entrar de forma irregular a los Estados Unidos como última opción.
He says topping the list of consequences will be more illegal crossings. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.
KPBS is on YouTube, and you can find all of our video content there. Subscribe and get notified when new content is posted. YouTube is also where we live stream KPBS Evening Edition weeknights at 5. SDSU is planning to build new dormitories that would house thousands more students. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen says the demand for on-campus housing has never been higher.
SDSU was long seen as a commuter college, but nowadays students are less interested in driving and prefer to walk to classes. The Evolve Student Housing Project would construct 7 new dorm towers with more than 5,000 beds. The campus currently houses about 8,500 students. Bob Schultz is the university's architect. He says the dorms will lower SDSU's carbon footprint by reducing vehicle trips to and from campus. But there's an academic benefit as well.
But primarily, we're in this business because they graduate more frequently, they have higher GPAs, they just thrive and succeed better as students when they live with us.
Last October, a fire broke out in a canyon about a mile down the hill from SDSU. 1 home was destroyed and 6 were damaged. Most of the new dorms will be surrounded by canyons on the northern edge of campus. But Schultz says they'll actually be safer than the old combustible buildings that the dorm towers will replace.
So these are going to be the most fire-resistant buildings that California knows how to build. That's not just the concrete frame and the structure, that's also the envelope of it, the facades. At the same time, we will have better access to all the towers for the fire vehicles than we would on most construction in the neighborhoods.
SDSU is holding 2 public meetings to gather feedback on the plans on January 27th and 30th. If approved by the CSU Board of Trustees, the project is expected to be complete by 2030. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
A community group in Kensington is trying to raise fire risk awareness among their neighbors. KPBS reporter Melissa May met with the group of concerned volunteers.
The Kensington Fire Safe Council is a group of Kensington residents who promote fire safety in their community. That includes about 800 homes.
The Montezuma fire that occurred last year on Halloween was a big wake-up call to a lot of neighbors.
Amy Dyson has been a Kensington resident on and off since the 70s. She is a co-chair of the group.
Kensington is a high fire severity zone, and we're surrounded by canyons, very vulnerable. So if we can get our canyon residents to maintain their properties to 100 feet, we'll be that much safer in the case of a wildfire.
Dyson is referring to the defensible space around a home. She says they have community presentations about fire safety, but their group has a new focus.
We have noticed that a lot of fires are being started by these illegal encampments, and we're very concerned about that.
In this Fairmount Canyon area, just in the last 3 weeks, at least 10 illegal encampments have been identified and cleared, but new ones are appearing every single day. And not only are they leaving a lot of trash, but there is evidence of open flames where it just takes one spark to ignite all this dry brush around us.
because they are cooking with open flame and propane tanks and that kind of stuff and keeping warm at night with propane. A spark here could end up being Palisades. I mean, it's so dry and the right wind conditions, there's homes 100 yards up the hill.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the city of San Diego said, quote, "The city has and will continue to address encampments along city property in this area. There's a variety of safety advice always being given to individuals experiencing homelessness contacted by city staff, including fire and police or contracted outreach workers."
All the way to the end on this side and about...
Mike Baldwin has only lived in Kensington for about a year, but has experience with wildfires.
I lived through the Oakland Hills fire, so I understand mass devastation.
Baldwin wants his neighbors to be proactive and notify officials through the city's Get It Done app and website if they see illegal encampments.
Hopefully raising the recognition of the community to make more noise, to also help identify camps, let our officials know so they could get cleaned up and cleaned out and reduce that ignition source.
Another volunteer group picks up litter and cleans up after encampments on the first Sunday of each month. Judy Harrington is the other co-chair of Kensington Fire Safe. She says besides the illegal encampments, another one of their concerns is clearing dry brush.
We also would like to see the city really enforce strongly the codes around brush management, because you're only as safe as your neighbor. And so if your neighbor has a lot of overgrown palm trees in their backyard or front yard or trash piled up nearby or whatever that's highly flammable.
The city of San Diego did not respond to questions about enforcing brush management in Kensington by our deadline. Melissa May, KPBS News.
Multiple wildfires in and around Los Angeles have been burning for 18 days. It's taking a toll on first responders. KPBS health reporter Heidi DeMarco says some local therapists are offering free therapy to help them cope.
As time passes, you gain experience. And as time passes, you're exposed to more and more emergencies. I would be a liar if I said I never cried after a call, right? I'm a human being first.
Josh Rubenstein is a battalion chief from Northern California. He's been assisting with the Eaton fire in Altadena since January 10th.
We lose more men and women to suicide than we do line-of-duty deaths. Back in the day, the stronger you are, the less you spoke about the emotional aspect of the job.
About a dozen San Diego mental health providers are stepping in to help. They are offering free mental health and substance abuse therapy to first responders. Nancy Fung Smith, a trauma therapist, is one of them.
Feeling the devastation, the weight of it, right? And in that, then wanting to reach out for coping, to either that be numbing or compartmentalizing or substance use, right? It's hard, especially when things can be really demanding on you day to day.
Helping first responders means understanding their unique needs. That's according to Steve Blackburn. He coordinates peer support for LA County Fire.
A firefighter won't come for help until they're broken. We don't do routine maintenance. We're good at helping others. We're terrible at taking care of ourselves. If they open up to a therapist and it's a wrong therapist, they will never go back again.
He said cost and availability are additional barriers.
I love that they want to help them, give them a few sessions, but if you're a clinician, the other thing is payment. Who's going to pay? How does it work? A lot of times, because PTSD is part of our job, it goes to workman's comp, and nobody takes workman's comp.
Blackburn urges therapists offering their services to ensure they can work with first responders long-term before starting treatment.
Thank you so much for bringing them out.
Rubenstein says support services like therapy, peer counseling, and service dogs help first responders take a moment to decompress.
Because for 2 minutes, a firefighter can take their mind off of all the death and destruction that we are seeing, and we can get licked on by a Labrador, right? Or a golden retriever. And it truly takes your mind off the emotional aspect of what we're dealing on a day-to-day basis.
Visit kpbs.org for therapist contact information. Heidi DeMarco, KPBS News.
For all of your daily news headlines in just a few minutes, you can go to the San Diego News Now podcast. It goes live Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. And you can find San Diego News Now anywhere that you listen to your podcasts. Well, this week, the nation paid tribute to the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. And there's one location in our city that has a lasting memorial to the day he came to speak. Ken Kramer shows us in this story about San Diego.
It's one of the historic moments in our city that too few people know about, I think. What happened here one day?
It was May the 29th, 1964, when one man came and gave a speech in this gymnasium. And to find out about it, you just look right up there.
Look, would you notice it? At Golden Gym at Point Loma Nazarene University, it's a podium, but it's not until you get a little closer that you realize that it really is more than that. There's a video screen built into it and pictures of a day nobody who was here will ever forget.
I wish you could see yourselves and look how beautiful you look. And somehow this is what mankind should be and how mankind should look.
The sound comes from a tiny handheld speaker, but the words seem bigger than life. A San Diego address by Dr. Martin Luther King. On that day, in this place, the only sound was his voice as he talked about how happy he was.
To have the opportunity of coming once more to the city of San Diego, California.
So much has happened since then, so many events just in this gym, but I don't think there's anything that has the same historical significance as the time Dr. King spoke here, of the struggle for integration in the South, of the support he was getting from people in San Diego and elsewhere, of the mountain that had yet to be climbed. And by the way, right where that podium is today is exactly the spot on which he stood. A man with a dream and maybe some fond memories about San Diego.
Ken Kramer has a half hour of stories every week about San Diego, and you can see them Thursday nights at 8 o'clock here on KPBS. The political climate is shifting now that President Trump is back in the White House. KPBS video journalist Matthew Bowler explores how San Diego comedians are preparing to respond to Trump's second term.
Politics can be great fodder for comedians.
Like, they put elections right before Thanksgiving on purpose.
Stand-up comedian Walter Ford is on stage at National Lampoon The Yellow Door in downtown San Diego. He's been making people laugh for nearly 10 years now, but in 2020 and 2021, he was in the street using his comedy to protest.
I was at all of them. I was at all of them, bro. I had seen everything. USA! USA! I was heckling Proud Boys. You right on that. I was heckling Proud Boys.
Police in riot gear, protesters fighting with each other.
Look at John DeVito, Danny DeVito.
And Ford cracking wise as a way of standing up for his principles.
Comedy, I feel like, is one of the few justices left on earth. And through comedy, even if it's something that's extremely serious, like talking to some Proud Boys, if I add some comedy into it, you're going to pay attention to this really serious situation, and you're going to laugh at it.
That was during President Donald Trump's first term. Ford says his second term may be very different.
Conservative dream for America, is that what it, if we allow that, then I do think that there's a lot of danger to my profession and people that do anything close to my profession as far as creativity.
We know very little about what Trump's second term will be like, given that he has no fixed principles or core beliefs or coherent ideas or constructive solutions or plans or proposals or policies or values or thoughts of any kind. He watches TV and then he screen posts about what he just saw on TV. He's basically an intellectual Roomba. He goes in one direction until he bumps into something, and then he just goes off into another direction.
That was Seth Meyers on his NBC show, Late Night. Following that bit, President Trump posted on Truth Social, "These are not shows of entertainment, they are simply political hits. And Comcast should pay a big price for this."
He's kind of made these promises kind of worrisome from somebody who's already out there. And as a comic, I think of us as a jester. My job is to poke fun at the king, right?
Victor Paz Jr. is a comedian and produces comedy shows around San Diego for his company, Cackles.
I'm curious to see actually how the comedy world's going to be, how to evolve in the next, we'll know I think in the next 8 months or so.
Paz says he isn't censoring the comics in his shows, but he says comedy is risky, and sometimes the joke lands and sometimes it doesn't.
I've seen people get super offended when you've gone after Trump and they've been Trump supporters, and they've been super sensitive about it. And then I've seen the other side where like they're a Trump supporter and they're like, keep going, that was a good one.
Paz describes what he thinks the best comedy is like.
It's whittling dynamite. Like, you don't know how long the wick is.
Political science professor Rick Epps says comedy can be a great way to say some very profound things.
When you look at the spectrum of how artists are able to articulate through humor, for example, in this case, people can digest things a little more intently when they hear it in a humorous way.
But speaking truth to power comes with its own set of risks, according to Epps.
In our country, the danger is, but they may not kill you right here like they would in other countries.
Make some noise. You're an American. You got freedom.
However, they can certainly cut you off financially, and I call it like we in political terms we call it coercive diplomacy.
Ford agrees.
I do think that there is a certain amount of caution that needs to be taken as far as making sure you don't mess up the church's money.
However, through his jokes, Ford aims to build bridges both inside the comedy clubs and at the protests.
At the end of the day, we're all humans. Black, white, red, purple, conservative, liberal, libertarian. And I feel like at some point in time, comedy can be the middle ground for us to at least be able to have a conversation. Give yourselves a hand clap for coming out. We got some more comedians.
Matthew Bowler, KPBS News.
We hope that you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Thanks for joining us.